All right, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everybody. This is Christina from TLC Group Enterprises, the CEO and the founder, and I'm here to explain to you what TLC Group Enterprises is all about and how we're going to help, particularly the GCR members that joined prior to June 2015, and then obviously the people that joined after, we're looking at some kind of solution for those as well. But basically, our phase one is the first part. And also you'll be able to understand what, as I said, what TLC is all about and where we're going and what our visions are and our projects that we're putting together. Okay, so first of all, the key to success, basically, that's what the key to open up our future. So let me just, yes, perfect. Okay, so the agenda today is basically going over the TLC Group Enterprises, who we are, what our visions are, how is TLC going to help you? What is our future goals, as I mentioned before, and to let you know a bit more about the coin, so how it's been developed, which Anthony will go a bit more into that, how it's developed, where it is, where it's going to be, and the future for it, and how it's being backed. Then I'm going to go over briefly our corporate team. Currently, obviously, it's limited because we've just started, but I'm actually looking at expanding it and getting a COO, CTO, marketing people. So it is actually growing. So as the membership grows and as obviously there's value to the coin and we actually have some income, then we're actually going to be expanding the actual staff to build the business to the level and to the size that, I'm aiming to actually get there. Okay, so for one of the products, did I pass the page? Oh, I thought I did. Okay. So TLC, where we are and who we are. So TLC, basically, we created to help the people because I've been in MLM for a very long time and there's been a lot of issues with products not quite working, not really being true to what they were supposed to be. So this company is designed and was created to help members get some kind of financial freedom, but not on an MLM system, because I don't like to say sign people up to get the commission. It is all about the product and the business and basically teaching people how to use that product to actually make some kind of wealth and create some kind of financial freedom. So we have the coin, as you already know. That's one of our, obviously, the first and the strongest part of the actual business. So we have the coin. We're also creating a complete trading system in our back office, which is linked. Our coin is live. And live and public is totally different things. So it is live, it's on the blockchain, it's on the Ethereum blockchain. So it is live and running. It is an actual cryptocurrency. We're not going to go public until May the 1st. And the reason being that is because I wanted everybody to be able to get some time to get their coins, to understand the system. So when we do go public, you know what you're actually doing. There will be extra videos and extra training in the back office to teach you how to use your trading wallet, how to trade, when to trade, and how to look at the actual future to see what's the best solution. So you have that trading system. The education, as I said, there will be a lot of different areas of education. So we're going to be, which you'll see in a further slide as well, but it's basically about cryptocurrency, about trading, about real estate, about marketing. So we're having various areas of different things that you might want to learn about. One of the visions that I have with TLC is not only the coin, but to create assets and to create value to that coin. So there are projects that's in the future that I want to build up and do with our team is properties. I particularly want to get like a resort and create a resort and build a resort. So that resort is going to do two things. It's going to create jobs for the local community, but it's also going to give an asset to the investors who want to buy shares within that resort and then get dividends and so things for that. So that's my vision at the end of the tunnel, basically. That's where I want to go, is I want to create assets, whether it be businesses, whether it be resorts, whether it be whatever it might be, but it's an asset that's going to go into two different areas. It's going to help the people, the local communities, as well as be something for the investor. And then we're going to also create a marketplace. So eventually you're going to have, there's businesses, and I know I've got a community here in Australia where I've got about over 200 businesses, new businesses, and they're looking at ways of trying to market and advertise. So I'm looking at actually adding those in who want to have services, obviously services that can go worldwide, web designing or artwork or whatever it might be, something that can be done worldwide. And obviously there'll be some local situations as well. So there'll be a local section where you can say, okay, Australia, Sydney, and then you can see what businesses are actually really accepting the TLC coin. So that is also a vision we're doing. And I've already been speaking to those businesses, and they're actually really quite keen on it. So once the coin has value and we've got stability in the actual company, then we'll look at the marketplace. And there's a lot more things that's in my head that we're trying to develop. So that's why I want to build a good corporate team that I can actually say, okay, this is where we want to go, this project, you look after that, and so forth. So there is a lot happening, but that will obviously have to be a little bit later in our timeline once the coin is actually public, trading, and actually giving value. So as I said, the education will cover cryptocurrency, which Anthony's going to be putting some stuff in there as well to do particularly about Ethereum. So there'll be a lot of education from a basic level to advanced level on the Ethereum platform, where it is, what it can do, what you can. There's so much in the Ethereum platform, it's unbelievable. So he's going to be putting that all together to help the people understand where our coin is going to actually be going. And then trading also, there's going to be, I do a lot of trading as well, so it's Forex and binary. So in my training as well, it's teaching you how to read those charts and how to work out when's the best time to buy and sell. I have also a lot of templates. I use MT4, so I have templates that can teach you and show you exactly when the good triggers are to when you want to buy and sell. So that's also going to be one of the education and tools that's going to be available. Then the portfolio management. So again, that's going to be teaching people what exactly is the best way to do it. So you don't want to put all your money into one thing. So yes, you want the coins, but you want to maybe diversify with your properties, whether you want to buy gold, whether you want to buy other types of assets. So it's a matter of teaching people that you need to diversify and you need to spread it and not try and put all your eggs in one basket, because if something goes down, you've lost everything. So it's teaching people how to really balance their finances. And there's so much more that's coming as well. I've also got marketing links and stuff, and I've got other training areas that I've been working with that you actually can get free training, and it's so much really, really good education. So that will also be in our back office, and it's just basically you click on it and you can find that information. Plus, there's going to be lots of tools and stuff. Unlocking the potential and working together to open doors. That's what the whole point of the actual TLC is to open up those potentials of finding ways to expand your knowledge as well as obviously your pocket. So we're trying to open doors for, I know it's basically all the members of GCR members, and we know the issues and I hate to say it, but yes, the lies and the misinformation that's been given for nearly 2 years. So, and I was one of the ones at the very beginning that I signed up, and I lost a lot of money just as much as a lot of people. And I feel for you guys, because I know there's been some real heartaches that people have put in their life savings and got nothing out of it. So I'm trying to help those members recoup, first of all, their coins that were mined prior to June 2015, because we have access to I'll rephrase that. Anthony has the database and he has the coins because they were mined by Anthony. The reason they're still with Anthony is because they were never paid for. So legally, it's hard to say, but they're yours, but they're not yours because they were never paid for. You paid GCR marketing, but they never paid Anthony. So therefore, Anthony actually still kind of owns those coins. But we've always said they're members, but we want to find some way that the members can actually recoup them and get them back. So that's what the first phase that we're doing is. We're trying to help those members get those coins back, to get value to those coins, so you can actually, besides make your money back, you can actually make a profit and you can actually go further with this. So we've got the like I said, I've mentioned beforehand, the whole point of it is to trade currencies. You've got purchasing the real estate businesses. Also, we're looking at another option within the Ethereum platform, and with TLC is that you can take loans. I know it's a little bit hard to, it's very different way of thinking, but there is ways that you can actually take loans via the Ethereum platform on the TLC coin. So if you need to borrow money for something, there is going to be a process to do that. So that is something also we're looking at adding into our system. As I said, the list is absolutely endless, what's happening with the Ethereum platform. And at the moment, Ethereum is on its phase 2 and they're going into phase 3, which is when they're actually going to be putting more apps on the system and a lot more opportunities. So you're at the perfect time to get into something that actually is the TLC coin that is actually on the Ethereum platform, because the growth is going to be absolutely crazy. There's one coin, sorry, I got the hiccups. There's one coin Anthony was telling me, and I'm sure he will give us a bit more info, that it got a coin started on the Ethereum platform in October last year, and it's now $15. So I'm not saying mine will go $15 that quick, but because of the expansion and because of the growth in Ethereum, that's the way you need to be. That's where the actual expansion is, and that's where the actual value on anything that goes on the Ethereum platform. Someone's just asking, will this be in Spanish? I will get it translated in Spanish. So once it's finished, I'm going to be sending it off to someone in Spanish, and they're going to translate it for you. And it's going to also be done in I'm going to try and get it done in Hindi and possibly Italian, but mainly Spanish and Hindi. Basically once it's recorded and I've checked it and everything, I will be passing it off to him. So probably in the next couple of days. All right, so let me just see if Anthony managed to get in. So let me just say, I think he's possibly logging in now, but we'll see. Okay, so the next thing is our launch options. Okay, so a lot of people are maybe a little bit confused on what we're doing and what the phases are and how to do it. So this is basically giving you a brief run through, and then I'll go further. So the phase 1 is obviously the GCR migration to the TLC coins. So people that joined before from 2014 to June 2015, because we have the database and we can see who's a member, and then once you do register, I can't tell you the coins until it actually goes through the system and you register through the TLC wallet. So once you've done that, it pops up on my screen and I can see how many coins you are. That's when the process is, when I send you confirmation and stuff, and then once you've confirmed it, because I have quite a few people that have paid and I've sent the confirmation email but hasn't been responded. So when you actually respond back with confirmation saying yes, that's correct, blah blah blah, then the process goes through, and pretty much within 24 hours you will see your coins in your wallet, in your vault. Okay, and then the next one in the phase 2, so that phase 1 is up until the 31st of March. So it will still be available from the 1st of April to the 1st of May, but because I'm going to have to expand and get more staff in to do various things, because obviously I want to build this build the business, obviously as quick as possible so you've got the value, I'm going to have to bring staff. So the cost is $45 for up until the 31st of March, and then thereafter it's going to have to go up a bit because I need to pay staff. Because as you can see, 45 is actually cheap, and what's coming, and you'll see further on, I'll actually have a diagram. That $45 goes to, obviously we need to pay back Anthony for the cost of actually mining, because basically he mined up until June 2015, yet he didn't get paid since I think it was about January, February. So he was doing a lot of that mining and cost out of his own pocket that wasn't being paid. So as I said, part of that 45 will be going to pay him back. Part of it I'm actually putting towards backing the coins. So some of it is going back to reinvesting, which will be buying Ethereum coins. Eventually I'm going to be buying gold, other precious metals, and I'm also looking at some commodities. And obviously when we get into the real estate's always going to be another thing that's going to be adding to back the coin. So we want stability in the company, because obviously stability and value in the company is going to give stability and value into the actual coin. So for phase 2, the members who joined after 2015, that's going to be obviously a little bit different, because I don't have the database. So it's a matter of actually showing proof of your joining, what you've got, and so forth. Now, people keep asking they want to get their coins on Bittrex. It's that, as I said, it's going to be a case by case and how we can try and help people with that. As you would expect, there's no great value in trying to take those coins at the moment. So as I said, it would be case to case how we can try and help you guys by doing that process. And obviously, we don't have access to those stolen coins, so I'm not here to replace GCR stolen coins because I never got anything out of that, and we don't have access to it. So again, everybody will be case by case, but I will be sending out a different type of form to look at that after we finish off with the migration. Now, the other thing that we're doing, phase 3, is crowdfunding, which at the moment I've got someone who's helping me with that, which I will be announcing a little bit later, in putting a website together for the crowdfunding. Now, the crowdfunding is going to be a way of getting TLC coins obviously at a better price, because it's a matter of donations. So what's going to be happening, as I said, there is a slide further on which goes a bit more in the crowdfunding, which will tell you how many are going to be on the crowdfunding, how long it's going to go for, and then what happens. For example, we have 10 million coins that are going to be on crowdfunding, and we go for 4 to 6 weeks. So however many people put in the money for that, that's how it gets divvied up. So if you know much about crowdfunding, so, if you buy one share, or basically one share of that crowdfunding, you get 1% of the 10 million. So that is going to be our phase 3 as such, to get funds into the company, which those funds actually go back to buying assets. So it'll be going towards buying the gold, it'll be going towards developing and building real estate and so forth. So that crowdfunding goes back to the development of the company, which obviously goes towards the value of the coins. Okay, so for migration, how it works, and I've had quite a few that's already gone through, and they've been going through quite nicely. So this is just a simple process of how we do the process, obviously, of the migration. So the first thing is on our website, you've got the first page is a newsletter. So basically all that does is give us some information, and you also get added to the newsletters, so you'll get emails and so forth, updates. I am also adding people, and I don't think everybody has actually seen it. We use Slack, which is SLACK, and it's a communication system. It's actually quite brilliant. So it's better than Skype. So if I send you a request or an invite, just accept it, and you go in there and you'll see updates from myself in different rooms. Obviously, I'll be adding you in the GCR migration room. It updates of where we're up to, where the company's up to, what we're going to be doing. If there's any documentation I want to hand out to everybody, this is a brilliant little forum that's for communication, because I want everybody to be up to date with what's happening and not always want to, wait for the emails or wait for something. It's there, and all the information will be up to date. You can also, if you go to the website, let me just call it up. I hope I'm not talking too fast, because I do have a habit of talking too fast, so please let me know. Let me just call the website up. Why is that there? I thought I got rid of that. Okay, let me fix that. Okay, so obviously you guys have seen the website. I'm not exactly sure why this is here. That shouldn't be there. So this is obviously the order form that you just fill out. So basically you just go, add to cart, enter in the information. If you have more than one wallet, in the additional, here, let's just show you that. Okay, you go view wallet, view card, I should say. So don't worry, I've hit the view card too many times. So it's $45. It does refresh. So proceed, yeah. So once you've done all that information, oh goodness, okay. I'm just going to put that because obviously I'm not going to my... Oh, that's right. I've changed the format a little bit. Okay, so once you fill that, you've got additional information. So if you have more than one wallet or you have some information or you want to ask something, just put it in there because when I open up the orders, I check that as well. As I said, whether you have more wallets, the way you consolidate, if you have more wallets under the same email address, it will automatically combine them and create the one wallet. TLC, you can only have one wallet. You're not legally allowed to have more than one under your name. So if, as I said, if you do have more, put the details in there. But if they're all under the same email address, it will automatically put them into the one wallet for you anyway. So just coming back to the front page, let me just go back. Ignoring this little bit because I've got to take, I don't know why that's there. You've got, okay, I'm already logged in, so it says already that I've subscribed, but otherwise you would see a form to fill out with your details for the newsletter. This is the Slack community. So if you're not already in Slack, just click on the Slack, and what that does, it sends an invite, and then you'll be added to our communication system. So yeah, I suggest you click on that, and you'll keep up to date. So basically, you place your order, which I've just shown you. You can pay by Bitcoins, SCP, or Nutella. Now, I used to have a bank account, but a lot of people are putting bank accounts, and it's when it comes to my bank account, it doesn't show details, names, and what I do need is people to send copies of the actual receipt so I can tally them up and I can match them. If you don't have any of those and you have a problem, send me a note and I'll see how we can go to actually extend that because it will make the process. Bitcoins, STP, and Nutella is a lot quicker. Obviously, Bitcoins is instant. STP and Nutella normally takes no more than a day for it to come through to the system. Bank, it's taking 3, 5, sometimes even about 10 working days. So that's why I've taken that one off. But like I said, if there is a real big situation, we'll look at that again. So once you've done the order, you need to go into TLC Wallet, which is www.tlcwallet.com. There you need to register with your GCR email address, and then what happens, you'll get an email and you need to click on the confirmation. Once you've done that, then I can actually see what coins you have in your wallet. If you haven't done that, I can't actually confirm any of your coins. So once that happens, I will go into my back office and I will check your accounts. Now, like I said here, once you've done those 3 on the above, I'll be able to see your coins. Once I receive that, I will send you another email through the system, which keeps in the records of the orders. I'll send you an email saying, okay, here is your wallet ID. Here's how many coins you've got. Do you want to confirm? Blah, blah, blah. And in that email, it'll also have a form and a link that you need to fill in. It's just basically confirming what you've got. You're hitting yes, you want to go proceed. Once I receive that email back, which it pops up on my screen, it's a form, I will go into the back office and then proceed the migration. And that's when you'll see it in your you'll see in your TLC wallet, under the vault, you'll see all your coins. So it's a pretty simple procedure, but it's just a matter of sometimes it takes a little bit longer, just depends on how quickly you pay. And obviously, you need to create the wallet, otherwise I can't actually confirm your coins. So I hope I'm not going too fast. Please let me know if there's any questions, or am I... Okay, Anthony is in here. Okay, Anthony is on. So let me see. I'm going to... let me just add him. I'll unmute you first. Hello, Anthony.
Hey, Christina, how are you? Sorry for running late. I ran into so many meetings this morning, so...
That's okay. Welcome, Anthony. And we have members on the system. I've already been going through a fair bit of it, but I'm glad to see you come. And I know you had a few things with GDEX you were doing, so that's great. Welcome. Now, I'm going to go through this, and then I'm going to get you to talk. Is there anything you want to actually present, or just going to talk?
I'm just going to talk.
Okay. Okay, so let me just, I've got, I think there's a slide which I'm going to end up getting you to go a bit more into. I think it will be the next one. I think you came at the right time. And then you can go over the Ethereum side of it and what the TLC coin structure is. Okay?
Yep. So basically, when we started GCR about 2 years ago, the original vision really was for GCR to be an Ethereum coin, to actually run on top of Ethereum, and to use the Ethereum platform because of its security and the tooling that Ethereum provides for developers is quite robust, and the ecosystem is had a lot of potential when I first saw it. So the original vision for GCR was to have it on Ethereum, and that means that the GCR coin would be an Ethereum coin. It would reside on top of Ethereum, and it would have access to all the applications and other services that would be integrated into Ethereum, such as the gold tokens that I've developed with another company that is now in live beta, and we're launching our own crowd sale for that. So having so what does that mean when I say that it's an Ethereum based token? So an Ethereum based token is basically an asset that sits on top of Ethereum that works like a coin. So it works like Bitcoin or GCR or Litecoins or any other those existing coins right now. But it with the added benefit of that, it is part of the Ethereum ecosystem. And what that means is that you can then use that same token and send it to another contract that sits on Ethereum and use it on there as a form of payment or as a currency on it. That also means that once EtherX, the decentralized exchange on Ethereum, goes live, that your tokens can then be exchanged for all the other Ethereum tokens on Ethereum. So that includes gold tokens that have been created for decentralized prediction markets, like Augur and Gnosis. So those things that are in place right now, that it's actually a growing ecosystem. Ethereum officially launched in August of last year, and there's been new projects that are coming online. And it's just growing. There's more people jumping on Ethereum now. The prices went up. When I joined the initial, I've been involved with Ethereum since the very beginning, and the prices of the initial Ether token was I got it in at 25 cents, 20 cents per, and it's now at about $11. So there's really growing interest in Ethereum right now, and I think that and I really believe that it's actually going to overtake Bitcoin at some point, because Bitcoin is it's just one single application. Ethereum itself think of it as like an app store, right? So like an Apple like App Store or your mobile phone app store, your phone has like these different applications that you can download. And that's the same way with what Ethereum is. Ethereum is basically, think of it as an app platform where other developers and other companies can build things on top of it. And people can then download or use that contract. So in Ethereum, a contract is essentially what an app is, and it's just basically a set of rules and how that application works. It's called a contract, an Ethereum contract, and it sits on top of Ethereum. So the TLC coin itself is a contract. It's a ledger contract that sits on top of Ethereum, and it's a token that has rules on how the tokens can be sent, and there's rules on the interest rates that are earned when it's sitting in a vault wallet. So there's an interest rate that is calculated and rewarded for you holding onto those tokens on those coins. So yes, I think that's the very brief overview of what the TLC coin is. It's basically an app on Ethereum, and there's going to be more apps built on top of it. So think of it as different modules that we can add on top of TLC, and it's very easy because of Ethereum itself. Um, that's what it's designed for. Bitcoin was not designed to be an app platform, although there's many failed attempts, actually, to be honest with you, of doing a lot of things on top of Bitcoin. But Bitcoin wasn't designed to have the same features as Ethereum does. So I think that like in the next couple of years, people are going to be seeing a lot more growth in Ethereum than compared to Bitcoin. It's already at 150 the total market cap of Bitcoin. It's overtook Litecoin in the second largest altcoin out there fairly quickly. Ethereum hasn't even been like live for a year yet, but it's already overtook Litecoin, which was one of the second alternative currencies in Bitcoin, and it had a large community for a little bit, but Ethereum has just grown so fast. Ethereum also has partnerships with Microsoft, so Microsoft is now offering their cloud blockchain as a service, and they're offering that as Ethereum is offered that for developers now, so it makes it easier for developers to actually develop on Ethereum. There's also some upcoming news that they're actually even integrating it with Microsoft, their Microsoft development toolkit. So the Microsoft Visual, their development tools will be you'll be able to actually develop Ethereum apps on Microsoft platform. So Ethereum is growing. There's a lot more other services that are coming up. There's another crowd sale that's going on for Internet of Things service that basically creates smart locks that are driven on Ethereum. So that allows people to actually rent out their their own physical items on the blockchain. For people to basically buy and buy time. For example, like you have a time shared property and you have a Slocket lock on it, which is a lock that basically talks on Ethereum. You can then rent out your property on a blockchain and have it be unlocked by somebody. And there's for these things to work, you need collateral, so that the coins that exist on Ethereum are going to be very important players in this space, because people are going to look for ways for goods and services that are on Ethereum, and the coins that are built on Ethereum itself will play a very big role on the ecosystem at large.
Yeah, it's crazy that Ethereum's only just launched in August, and where they are today and where they're going to be is just, it's outstanding. So
it's also better money than Bitcoin, right? So if you, Christina, when I first showed you Ethereum and you first tried your the Ethereum wallet, you saw how fast the transactions went.
It was crazy. Like I sent something in Bitcoins and it took over 10 minutes. It actually timed out where I had problems paying it. Where Ethereum, pretty much before I even blinked, it was like bang, it was in my system. So it took like 17 seconds, one of them. So that's how quick the actual processing is. It's extremely fast. And that's, these days, you need to look at things that are actually working a lot faster and actually working for you. But
you don't want to be sitting. You don't want to be sitting at a coffee store waiting for your Bitcoin transaction to clear, in 10 minutes, right? And you're waiting in line and you're annoying the people behind you because your Bitcoin transaction is taking 10 minutes to clear. So that's one of the best things that Ethereum has, is like they have a very, very talented team of computer scientists that are working on the scalability and throughput, transaction throughput problem right now. There's a lot of actual scientific papers that are being written on it. On how to scale, decentralized currencies. So I think that they're ahead of Bitcoin on that one. So even today, and there's going to be some developments that are coming in the next year or so to make it like basically as fast as the Visa network. So it'll be able to handle hundreds and thousands of transactions per second. That's per second, guys. That's not per minute or per hour. That's 100,000 transactions per second. That is very possible in Ethereum because of the design. You can't do that with Bitcoin. Bitcoin's protocol is set. It's set in stone. It can never be changed. And the way for them to scale Bitcoin would require a complete overhaul of Bitcoin, which is not going to happen. There's been a lot of news stories around this whole debate about them trying to increase the Bitcoin block size, and that's not going anywhere because there's so many parties there. The Bitcoin core developers, I think the majority of them, more than half of them, work for a company called Blockstream. And Blockstream is basically, their business model is based on keeping the transaction volume on Bitcoin low. It's for them. They make money because they're adding their service basically adds this other service on top of Bitcoin to make transactions faster, but you need to pay them to do that, right? So their business model is to not scale the core Bitcoin platform. Ethereum's business model is basically they're a nonprofit foundation, so they're paid from the crowd sale money they have raised, and they basically hold Ether, and the value of Ether is very essential to their existence. So their motivation to make Ethereum better is a lot higher than Bitcoin developers to make Bitcoin better.
Exactly. So if you work to the actual getting the value of the coin up, that's where they're going to be getting their value as well, and they're getting paid for it.
And Ethereum will support all the tokens that are sitting on top of Ethereum. So any token that's created, or coin, or asset that's created on Ethereum is very well supported by Ethereum. They want the ecosystem to be big, and we're looking at an ecosystem that will cover the entire world. Ethereum is global; it's all over the world, and there's many services that are being built. Not just in the West, but also in Asia. So Asia has starting to become a big player in Ethereum as well. There's many exchanges now that are accepting Ether, and there's many apps that are built by Asian companies. Digix is one of them. And the next Ethereum, so Ethereum has a conference for developers called DevCon, and the first one happened in London. There's actually very big news coverage on it. BBC, there's some various BBC documentaries that were or news segments that were made on it about Ethereum, interviewing the lead developer and inventor of Ethereum. And the next one is going to happen in China. So there's going to be a very big push. There's a big push in the Asian markets for Ethereum as well. So just imagine, having the same audience that you have for Bitcoin on TLC. So I think that's a no-brainer for everybody, right? So TLC coin itself, because it's on Ethereum, it's one of the citizens of Ethereum. The founding coins on top of Ethereum. I think that's a no-brainer for people, and that was the original vision that I had with GCR. But although and unfortunately, I was not a founder of GCR. I was a consultant of GCR, and they had to, they wanted to make their own decisions. That they pretty much held the original GCR coin hostage, to basically fill their own pockets for whatever reason. They didn't have a vision. Is what. And
that's really one of the reasons why. That's one of the reasons why I don't want to have an MLM, because this is about the coin. This is about the company growing and to build value to the coin. So we're building a product that's on the Ethereum platform that's going to give value to the actual members, and it's not about an MLM system. So if you, for whatever reason, want to create your own MLM system with the company underneath it, that is a possibility, but ours is the product, and it's actually going to be built to give value. I mean, like you said, there's assets, and that's one of the things that we're doing, is we're going to be building assets to go on top of the TLC coin. That is, as I said, there's real estate. There's going to be, Digix Gold is going to be linked with us as well. But there's other, within the time frame, maybe a year or so, but we're going to be constantly adding more and more assets to give value to those coins. And then you'll be able to actually buy and sell those assets with TLC coins. And the one thing also, because we believe so much in our coin, eventually, and not in in the fairly near future, is eventually you'll be able to pay your memberships with the TLC coin. So that's how much we believe, and we are very strong about our coin, is that we want to support it in every single way we can. And one thing that is the vault is when I was speaking to Anthony, when we designed the coin and when we designed the wallet, is I said, I want to support the members and I want to actually give them some kind of an insurance or something that they feel comfortable. So by doing the vault is that all the coins that we put in the vault is like having a bank account. So it's like having a long-term deposit as such. So you put all your coins in there, but you can only take 10% each month out of that vault, out of the vault into the hosted wallet or into your desktop wallet. And with that, then you can spend it, you can trade it, you can cash it in, whatever you might want to do. You'll be able to cash it in and trade it with an unlimited amount of assets. So, but by doing it that 10%, it's giving you, it's teaching the members also how about saving and how to actually really use investments and how to actually do the proper process. But it's also supporting the members so people don't go and just, I'm going to get all my coins, dump them, and because I want to get some money out of it. So you're supporting the value of the coin by not letting people just dump the coins. So that's why we made that decision. Say, look, we need to do some kind of a structure that is definitely going to be looking after the members for the long term. Now, with the hosted wallet, when we do go public, which, as I said beforehand, live, meaning on the Ethereum platform, which we are already live on the Ethereum platform, but to go public and trading, I've decided to wait until the 1st of May. So it gives time for us to do a bit more work for the members and to get everything to a nice, good level. Now, when we go public, we're going public on the Ether exchange. Now, Anthony, the Ether exchange, from when we discussed beforehand, hopefully should be up and ready within the month. But if it doesn't, and because it's out of our hands, we will still have an interim of an exchange that you'll still be able to, on the 1st of May, be able to trade for Bitcoins. Now, whether Digix Gold and Ethereum coin you can trade, I'll have to confirm that. But once the exchange is up, which is looking at this stage, they're supposed to be up within a month, so they should hopefully match with our time frame. If not, it will happen fairly soon after. And when you go on the Ether exchange, you'll be able to trade for practically everything that's on the Ethereum platform. And as I said, that's your gold, you've got Bitcoin, all other cryptocurrencies, other assets that are on there. So there's other assets you can actually purchase. There's going to be applications, so you can purchase applications as well. It's an endless list of different products that you can buy and sell on the actual Ether exchange. Now, with the crowdfunding, as I said, I'm also going to be getting up, and we're aiming to launch that for the 1st of April, so you can actually start purchasing in the crowdfunding for donations to actually acquire those extra coins, it's TLC coins, before the 1st of May. Now, I did say 1st of April, so 1st of April, we're aiming for the 1st of April for crowdfunding to start, and whether it's going to be 4 to 6 weeks, I haven't fully decided yet, but we're probably going to do it until about the 1st of May, so that's pretty exciting, and it's coming soon as well. Ongoing costs. So people keep asking me how much is it going to cost stuff. TLC is about creating a market and assets. So whatever we create with the TLC coins, with the assets, is going back into the company to build more assets and to build more products to, again, give more value. So it's not a matter of, as I said, that's why I don't want to do MLM. It's not about getting money and handing out commissions. It's about bringing back into the company to build more assets, to build more value to your pockets, basically. So we're going to have 4 levels of membership, and there will always be a free membership. So if you just want to have the wallet and you just want to trade, you can. Not a problem. But then there will be other levels that gives you other extra benefits, which will be like products, tools, including discounts and so forth. So basically, I just reiterated what I just said. So basically, is that the whole point is building a coin, the stability to the coin, give you assets, going to have a market growth, giving back to the community. So one of the other things I'm also building within TLC Group Enterprises is a TLC, a charity system. So part of all products, part of all memberships, there's going to be a portion that's going to go back into the community and giving back to charities. I suppose my burning thing that I really want to support is children, particularly homeless children, kids that are just unfortunate in life. They've been into a situation where they're struggling, they're on the street. So that is one of my burning issues and one of the things that I really want to support. So, to the next one. So, this is basically, this is my membership. So, at this stage, I haven't worked out, because I obviously need to go with my accountant, work out the costs and so forth. But, basic will get, in regards to the wallet, which Anthony did mention briefly, but didn't really go into it at that stage, is the hosted wallet has your vault. Now, as a free member, you have your vault, obviously you have your hosted wallet and you have the same access. But to get minting and to get 2FA, it actually costs us to put that on each person's account. It's not free, unfortunately. It's not free for us. So there will be a small cost if you want to get minting. Now, minting, to explain that, is like having into a long-term deposit and you have money in the bank and you're getting interest on it. It's exactly the same. So you're getting interest on your coins. So if you have 10 coins there and it's sitting in the vault, needs to be in the vault, it will actually mint and it will actually gain interest. So you'll gain 1 coin, 2 coins, whatever, depending on how many coins you have. So that's what the minting is. So for us to set that up, there will be a small cost. So the small investor, as I've put here, I spelled it right, I haven't set the price, but it's not going to be astronomical. It's, I'm looking at about $30, $40 at the maximum. But I need to speak to my accountant on what they, how we can work that one out. So with the different levels, so basic, you will get education. So you'll get cryptocurrency, which is basically about the Ethereum. As you heard with Anthony, there's so much in the Ethereum platform and Ethereum, the company, that it's mind-boggling. So we're putting our whole education to understand how it all works and how you can actually utilize the Ethereum platform for yourself in other assets and other things that you want to do. So there will be some training on that and about trading, forex, binary, and so forth. There's like a level 1 education. With this one, obviously, there's no templates because it is free. Portfolio tools, there's going to be some simple portfolio tools and templates and stuff. And there's a discount section. So obviously free, you don't get discount. On this one, on the small investor, you get the minting and the 2FA, extra security hosting. By the way, you also have the ability to download. So once you've actually created your TLC wallet, you'll notice that there's a section in there that you can download a desktop wallet, whether it be PC, Mac, or Linux. I will be adding that onto the website as well, so you can download it from there as well, and you have your own desktop wallet as well. So in the small investor, obviously you've got a higher level education. You'll be getting some templates for trading templates and other templates. Again, you'll be getting more tools and templates, and then you get a 5% discount on products. So products being assets and other things that we put in the products in the shopping cart basically. So whether it be buying shares into assets, properties, or buying shares into, if you want to buy gold or whatever, the assets that we add into our system, you'll be buying them under products. And if you're a small investor, you get a 5% discount on those products. And as you can see in the different levels as well. So you've got level 2, level 3, I should say, expanding your portfolio. So you get your minting, obviously. You always get your minting and your 2FA. You get higher education, higher tools, and so forth. A lot more expansion on tools. And then your higher discounts. So you get 10%. And then obviously entrepreneur, that's someone who really wants to go highly into getting more products and more investments. You get again, and it's a top level, basically top level of education, tools, and 15% discount on the products. The difference in the membership cost, as I said, it's not going to be extremely high. It's not going to be high whatsoever. It's not going to be like some of these, it's your hundreds and your $1,000. No way near it. It's just a membership cost. So it will be kept down at a very, very reasonable price. So, but as I said, I need to speak to the accountant, go through our costs, make sure obviously the company is, making something out of it, which goes back in to obviously reinvesting and research towards the business. So this is a breakdown, like I was saying before. Sorry, I forgot to change that word. It wasn't meant to be sales. So the membership is designed to cover these areas. So you've got research, product development, as in the actual time to go out there and actually acquire those products, assets, company insurance, which is basically going back into buying Ethereum coins and gold and so forth to actually back the coins. The marketing, obviously you need marketing to build value, and then the administration. So that's a rough idea. As I said, I still need to go with the accountant to go nitty gritty, but that's pretty much close to how we're breaking it up. So 40% of your membership will go back in to the development of more and more products and more research to actually go into actually creating those assets for you. Obviously your marketing, administration, and then to the actual backing of the coin or the company, which obviously the TLC structure. Now, has Anthony managed to get back on again? No, that's okay. So this is a timeline of basically where we are at the moment. So your TLC coin creation, which has already happened, it happened in March. The crowdfunding from the 1st of April to the 31st of May, it may be shorter, but that's pretty much roughly what we're looking at. So for those 6 weeks or two months. Public on the Ether exchange or trading platform is going to happen on the 1st of May. As I said, if Ether is up, we'll be on the Ether exchange. If not, we will have a trading platform ready so you guys can start trading, but then obviously it will convert straight to the Ether exchange once they're up and running. I'm also looking at possibly doing events as well. So we can run some conferences and events. So there'll be an event that's going to happen, and then obviously we want to do something for Christmas. And there's going to be lots and lots more. So if you get onto our Slack community, you'll see I'll be posting things like that up there as well. And I'll be keeping you guys informed by email. So make sure you put on your email system that you open up to anything with TLC Group Enterprises or TLC Wallet, because obviously if there's anything comes through your wallet side, you'll need to get that. I've noticed a few people who, as I said, were supposed to confirm their coins haven't responded, and I'm suspecting that it's gone into their spam folder. So if you have purchased coins and we've gone through that process and you haven't heard from me, contact me, because obviously there's something that's happened. I know I've sent emails out to everybody, but there's quite a few people who haven't responded, so I'm assuming it's in the spam. So if you're in that situation, contact me and we'll go through and just make sure that you've got everything you need. Okay, and I think... Okay, so this is the actual TLC coin structure continued, okay? So we have a total of 200 million coins, maximum. They're going to be distributed in 5 years. Now, we decided 5 years because we're building more and more assets and more products. As those come on, they will have their timeline. So we don't want, like Bitcoin that's gone on for, I think, 10, 15 years. We don't want it to go that long and drag on. It's going to have a short time frame, and then they're going to be on the market, public, bang. That's all the coins that's going to be on there. Now, that includes, obviously, minting coins as well. So anything that's minted will be added to that total. So as in, it's a maximum of 200 million coins. They are a POS coin, proof of stake, and a minted coin. So that's obviously how you can mint them. So the first initial launch is the GCO original coins, which is 26 million. That was actually mined through Anthony. So as we're replacing those coins with the TLC coins, 10 million is going to go towards crowdfunding, and then 9 million is we're putting at this stage for development. And so we're going to use to develop and get the initial build of the actual company. Then the first year, the maximum that's going to be distributed is another 80 million. Second year is 40, 3 is 20, 10, and 5. And that's the total amount of coins that will be distributed in the 5 years. And I should actually put in what I'll do further on is in our timeline, first year might be the 80 million, but then the extra products. So you'll be able to see what other products get added into each year. And that's pretty much it. So I'm going to, I think that's pretty much covered everything. I did cover quite a lot. if there's any questions, let me just have a look if there was anything okay, I must have done a really good job because nobody's putting their hand up. Does anybody have any questions? Marcus, let's put you on. Where are you? I've got to find you now. Marcus, here you are. Hello, Marcus. I've just unmuted you. Marcus? Marcus, I've unmuted you. Do you have a microphone?
Hello.
Hello.
Sorry about that.
That's okay. Hi, Marcus. I'm not sure where you send the message because I can't see it.
It might be through Podio. If not, we can talk after you're done.
Okay, cool. All right. So, do you think I covered everything? Is there any questions you think anybody will, I need to cover?
No, Christine, I think you did a great job covering everything, laying out the ongoing costs as far as the membership fees, the whole phases of the coin. I think it was pretty detailed.
Good, yeah. I mean, the membership won't be, as I said, it's going to be extremely reasonable. I don't want to charge, anything astronomical, but I need to charge enough that's going to cost to cover those templates and to cover the education and the development. Because obviously I need to get more professional. I want it done cleanly, and I'm going to get videos done and training and everything. So it's going to be done cleanly and professional. So there will be cost to it. So obviously that membership will only go towards that and the development of other assets and other products to actually give value. The marketplace is something also that I really want to build, is that there's a lot of people out there that have businesses and they would love to be able to actually use this as a platform to advertise their business and services. So that is also going to be something that's going to be developed in the future. So I'm not going to give you a time frame on that because at this stage I need to work out when I get my whole team together, which I am working on that as well. Once we get the team together, we can sit down and really nut this down and get a good time frame. Then I will let all the members know where we are and, the time frames of the things that's going to happen. One thing I do want to do, which I find, and that's been with not just GCR, it's been with a lot of companies, I hate when they give promises that things are going to happen and then it just never happens, and it just keeps getting prolonged and prolonged and prolonged, and excuse after excuse. I don't want to do that. I don't want to give excuses. If I say something's going to happen, I want it to happen, and if it's at least very close to when it should happen, or there has to be a real reason, like something that's totally out of my control, that's okay. I couldn't do it this way because it's out of my control, but I'm going to do something else to at least be a temporary solution, and they still give the same value and still give you what you should have received. So I want to make sure that when I do give everybody time frames and stuff, I can stick to them. And that's why I need to get with my team and say, okay, guys, this is what I want to do over the next year. Let's work it out and let's get a complete project together that actually does give you the correct dates. Now, Antonio wanted to ask a question. Okay. Yep. Okay, Antonio, I'm going to open up your mic. Or did you actually, Marcus? Is there anything else that you wanted to? Have you got any questions? That's interesting.
I was trying to figure out how to unmute it. No, I think I'm good. Thanks, Christina.
Now, I would let you know, everybody, I'm actually going to be, Marcus is kindly asked to help, and I'm looking at Marcus as he's helping me in the marketing and hopefully moving across into actually to be one of the team. So far, I think Marcus and I have worked quite well together, and we're on the same vision and the look where we want to go in the future. So I think it'll be a great fit. So we'll see how we go. But as I said, Marcus is going to be working with me to help put together some of the marketing side of it, and particularly the crowdfunding that we want to get out there and get that live as soon as possible. So it will be live by hopefully 1st of April. So thank you, Marcus, and welcome.
No worries. It's great to be a part of the team.
Now, James, you asked, can you buy more TLC coins before we go public? Yes, that is what the crowdfunding is going to be about. Well, there's two things. I will actually do a products as well. So pre-launch. So if you want to buy bulk TLC coins, yes, there will be some products, and I'm in the process of working that with the accountant to work out what the costs and stuffs are. So obviously I don't want to, I don't have a mind to try and charge you astronomical prices. I want to give you a fair deal so you can, you guys make the money, because obviously the more you trade and more use, the value of the coin will obviously give more value to the actual company. So it's about the members, and it's about supporting the members to try and give them something that they've got, something for the future, for the retirement, for their school fees, for going for holidays, for whatever. It's a matter of trying to build something for you guys to give some kind of value. And obviously, what money you make and what value you make to the coin gives more value to the company. So it's a win-win situation for everybody. So yes, there will be options to buy coins directly and also the crowdfunding. As I said, I'm not sure if people really understand how crowdfunding works, but basically there's a set amount of coins, and therefore however many people put money into crowdfunding, it gets distributed. Now, there's going to be 10 million coins, so there's a lot of coins to be distributed. So the more money that we can get into the company through crowdfunding, which again goes back into buying products to going towards going into assets, into development for the company, will actually be given TLC coins. So there's our give back to get the coins. One other question. Sorry, let me have a look. Alan's asking, no. Okay. Hang on. Are we talking about Alan? Just want to make sure I've got the right question. You're asking about GCO coins to TLC coins. From the original coins, so the original coins that were mined prior to June 2016, yes, the coins are 1-to-1. So if you have 10,000 coins in GCR that's on Anthony's platform, you will get 10,000 coins on the TLC. You'll get 1-for-1. That is only on the original coins. On phase 2, as I said, it's a 1-to-1 basis, and I need to really work out what's the best solution to help the members. But I can't give you 1-to-1 for the GCR coins because they're not going to be worth the equivalent of what TLC coin is going to be worth. So there might be a situation, I don't know, 1-to-4, 1-to-10. I don't know. I need to work that one out. So there might be something that we can work out for those members, but that is definitely going to be like a phase 2, phase 3. I haven't actually looked at that. But for everybody that's converting from their coins from the original coins, it is 1-to-1. And I must admit, I didn't add that. I should have. So this here, I'll add that in. But yes, it is a 1-to-1 for the original coins. I hope that answered what the question you meant, Alan. The crowdfunding. Now, I've just explained the crowdfunding again. So if there's anything else, I think I've explained it. Just let me know. I'll open up your mic, Alan. Okay, I'll open up your mic. So is that what you're asking in regards to the GCR 1-to-1?
Yeah, that's fine. That's all I wanted to know. Thanks.
Okay, cool. All right, so does anybody else have any other questions? I don't see any more. Anthony must have had to run because I know he was having a situation with they were having a meeting with I think Digix. So Antonio, I've answered your question. Let me see who else is anybody else asking a question? James, I've answered your question. Marcus. Stephen, did I answer your question? Let me have a look. Oh, no, that was just the audio. All right. I think I pretty much answered everything. As I said, what I'm going to be doing is translating this into Spanish. I would add a couple of little things in there that I obviously spoke about but didn't put in here. And I'll also get someone to translate it speaking. Maybe not everything I say, but, in the gist of it, to translate it in Spanish. So it can be handed out to those guys. I know there's a big Spanish team that's looking at this and trying to find ways of getting their coins converted across. So I think I covered everything. Please let me know if there's anything. Otherwise, I will say a big, big thank you, a massive thank you to everybody who attended. Let's work together, because the whole point is I'm trying to find a solution so everybody can actually, out of the last 2 years, close to 2 years, find some kind of light at the end of the tunnel, so we can actually move forward, make some value to your coins, and start, hopefully putting some money in your pocket and getting those debts that's been sitting there, trying to relieve yourself of those debts and help moving forward. So as I said, thank you once again. Great thank you once to everybody, and I'll see you soon. I will send this out, and please add TLC Group Enterprises in your email system, so when I do send out newsletters, you can see them. You can actually see them, because otherwise they get put in spam. And if anybody is on here that has purchased coins and hasn't received my confirmation email, please contact me, because I would like to get those processed so I can get those transferred over to you. Okay. Marcus, would you like to come back on? I kind of hate talking to myself.
I'm here.
I hate talking to myself.
That's all right, Lance. We can have a conversation back together.
All right. I want to get said thank you everybody again. And as I said, I know there's a lot of people that I do talk fast, and I do apologize for that. I do have a Greek Italian background. I will have this translated so everybody can understand. I'm going to stop now. Again, I'll send you guys out an updated email, and any further information, please go to the Slack button on the website and add yourself, because that is where I'm going to put a lot of this information, any documentation, any updates. I would love to do a big conference sometime in the next 6 months if we can, so we can get together, get to meet people face to face, because I'm a very people person, as you could imagine, and I like to meet people and not just talk to people over the phone. So if we can do something, get to meet everybody and have a proper event and just, get to enjoy each other's time would be great. So let's talk soon. Thank you and goodbye.
Take care, Christina.
Thank you, Marcus. You too. Bye.